What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we got a few small things planned for the day. The main primary thing is I gotta fix that Miata because I think it's the oil drain line decided to start puking pretty good. Can't have that. So in the meantime, I'm driving the Integra for the daily, and at the moment I gotta go to the post office. I got to re-up on my PO box thing, and then I have some stuff in my PO box, I think, or at least something. And then swing by the car wash, rinse this pig off because I don't know, it's got like bird poop or something on the side here and it's pretty nasty and it just needs it. But yeah, not a whole lot planned for the day. I got a guy dropping off a Civic for a timing belt, but that'll probably be, I don't know, I might throw it in this video because I'm not filming the timing belt install for install because I've already done that before on the Del Sol. So, you know, depending on how far I get on the Miata today, I'm not going to film all that because it's coming from my turbo drain line, and I'm pretty sure it's like the fitting where it goes to the oil pan. So the hardest to reach spot in the whole engine bay is what I have to try and access. Because I fixed my power steering leak, and then I came back the next day after driving the car and it had a fat old puddle under it, and power steering fluid, get off my thing, stupid tree. The tree was stuck to my microphone. But power steering fluid, when you touch it, it's very, very slippery. Like, it doesn't get sticky, but when you touch oil, it kind of almost dissolves in your hand a little bit, and obviously oil smells like oil. Power steering fluid doesn't really have much of a smell, especially when it's fresh like mine was when it was dripping. So yeah, fat oil leak, gotta fix it. Hopefully it's easy, but we'll see. But off to the post office and the car wash. Package secured, renewed my PO box, and we're here at the car wash. So let's clean this ugly old car. Looking much better. It is absolutely cold as freaking balls out here though. This wind is freaking brutal. But she's clean. Now we can go try and fix this stupid Miata. Okay, car's up, and my under tray definitely has some good amount of oil on it. So let me see. Oh, I can already got a little bit showing up on the ground here just from residual that was already dripping before. So let me see if you guys can see that. You see how it's just all glistening? You see how everything is just wet up in here? Well, I'm pretty sure it's coming from that fitting up there. You see that AN fitting, the red one? Yeah. Oh, why hello, old man. What are you doing down here? Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's coming from that AN fitting, so I gotta try and take the whole drain line off and then see if I can't feed that through. Like I said, that's the hardest part of the engine bay to get to, because that hose kinda loops its way, not loops, but it kinda squeezes its way behind the radiator hose and behind the power steering line, hard line, and it's a tight fit. And I remember it taking me probably an hour and a half, 2 hours last time. And I really don't want to spend most of my day just trying to fish this line out and fish it back up. So, but it's got to get done. It's got to get fixed. So I think I about got this thing off. And the hard part isn't removing so much as it is the reinstall, because it's such a tight direct fit. And then just the way the angles are with the fittings, like you have to position them in just the right spot, and then getting them started is a huge pain in the ass. Okay, come on. There we go. Yeah, so that fitting's all sorts of leaky. These are supposed to be good quality fittings too. These are the Red Horse ones, the ones that they sell at my local hose fitting shop. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna try and snug them real quick, see if they're loose or something. Okay, so I didn't even have to take it apart to find the problem. I took my heat sleeve off to find that it is drenched in oil, like I mean, it's dripping onto the thing. And so I just went to take a closer look at it, and there's actually a break in the braided steel right here. Yeah, so this must be a tear in the line. So, well, that's kind of sketchy. Thankfully, I caught it in time because it literally just started leaking 3 days ago, and I have driven it once since then. But yeah, I might have some extra dash 10 line. I don't know how this happened. Either it was rubbing, which it may have been because it's rubbed through that. I just don't remember, because I know this is from the heat, and I think when I took this off the last time a couple days ago when I was moving the turbo around, I think I flipped this upside down, because before it was sitting like that because it was drenched in power steering fluid down here. So, that's interesting. Well, I mean, I got 8 months out of this hose of beating the absolute piss out of it, so I don't know, again, if it was rubbing, because like I said, it is a very tight fit in there, or if it was a hose failure. That's weird, I've never seen that. So thankfully it was just that, and I caught it. So let me check, see if I got any more hose. If I do, I'll remake this, and then hopefully just slap together, call it a day. So fortunately, I have extra line. I don't know why this cracked. Honestly, looking at it, it probably was vibration or rubbing. So it did last me 8-7 months or whatever. I'm gonna try my hand at making another one, and then I'm gonna have to try and work out in the future when I go to change all of this, because I do plan on upgrading my turbo manifold and stuff. And hell, even when summer comes, I'm honestly probably gonna take the turbo off for the summer for obvious reasons, heat soak. I can't even use the boost out here in Arizona anyway because it's so dang hot. Intake air temps skyrocket after one pull. So I think it's that power steering hard line down here, and I may be able to bend it just a little bit out of the way towards the steering shaft a little bit more, but I'm not going to worry about that so much right now if I don't have to. I'm going to just make this new line. Unfortunately, to put this back together, I'm going to have to pull the engine mount off on this side completely, and then like support the engine and try and feed my arm into the side. It's a huge ordeal. Yeah, it's freaking windy too, and it's chilly. But whatever, at least we found the problem. Now let's make a solution really quick. Okay, I got the new line made up. Looks good, should hopefully be the right length. Biggest annoyance when trying to do this stuff, especially trying to match lengths, is like just trying to match the length. And hopefully, I mean, some cases it's fine if there's a lot extra. This case, because of the tight fit, it's very specific. So I did the best as I could, despite being all frayed up, but I think this should be okay. So this one's all good. Hopefully, like I said, we can get some more time out of this one. And I'm gonna have to try and, like I said, I'm probably just gonna, instead of fighting with it, getting mad, I'm just gonna go ahead and right off the bat unbolt the engine mount and try and give myself some room to reach in from the side over here to try and get my arm in there to get this piece thread started onto the oil pan, because that's the hardest part of this whole ordeal. I fought with this stupid hose for probably a good 45 minutes now, but it's on. It should be all tight. Hopefully the top part is good. I know the bottom part's solid. It's just the top freaking connection to the turbos. Pain in my butt. But I got the car pretty much put back together. I didn't do the under tray. I'm gonna idle it. I'm gonna fire it up, idle it for a few minutes, let it warm fully up so that way the oil's gonna do its thing. Obviously this line is new, but I mostly want to check the fittings to make sure they're okay. So while I'm idling it, I'll just keep an eye on it with a flashlight, and then I'll kill it, then watch for a little bit after I kill it, and if it leaks, we got a problem. But I think we should be good. Let me just, what do you know, I already have my keys out here because I had to go to the P.O. box. Let's try it out. I also made a new heat sleeve. I had some extra material, so thankfully I was able to replace that, so that one can be thrown away since it's drenched in oil. We're looking good so far. Like I said, I'm gonna let it warm up and I'll get back to you guys. Idled it for about 15 minutes, went through 2 fan cycles, not a single drop did I notice. On the very bottom drain fitting, at the seam of the fitting, not where it connects to the pan, but where the 2 pieces of the fitting connect together, there's a little bit of residual, I think, from when I cleaned it, but I wiped it away and we'll see if it comes back. But overall, dry. So I'm gonna let it sit and I'm gonna go make some lunch, and by the time I come back out, it should definitely be leaking if it's gonna leak. So I just went and checked the mail. We got a package. So if you guys remember me saying a few videos ago, I think it was when the CRV first got dropped off, I picked up a lav mic, or actually I got sent the lav mic for my birthday. And if you guys remember me saying like I wanted to start doing more in-car videos and stuff, just to come find out that my new GoPro, I have the Hero 4, I have a Hero 7 Black as well, but the Hero 7 Black doesn't use the same accessories. So this guy hit me up, saw that I needed an accessory, and he said he had just upgraded for his YouTube channel to a better camera, so he didn't need his old GoPro stuff anymore, so he sent me this stuff out. So if you guys want to go check him out, he's new to the Honda scene, it looks like, on his YouTube. He does a lot of fishing, so he's not unfamiliar with YouTube. He's already got a couple subscribers, but he did hook it up, so I want to give him a shout out. So if you'd like to go subscribe to him, go check his stuff out. Check it out on the screen here, that's his link, and I'll also have the link to his channel in the description. But I just wanted to open this stuff up real quick and show you what he sent us. What we got here is an actual specific case just for using the accessories on the GoPro. And you know, obviously GoPro just sits in here, it's already got the shoe mount, and then this is the adapter cable that I actually needed. So GoPro Hero 7s use USB-C, whereas the old ones use like a different USB port. So I had to get this one. This thing alone is like 50 bucks from GoPro. It's ridiculously overpriced, and this thing I didn't even know they made. So they've even got the hot shoe adapter up on top here for a mic. But yeah, so this is pretty simple. All you got to do is throw your GoPro in this, plug your port into here on your GoPro. I think it's on this side, whatever, you get the point, and hook up my lav mic into here. So now I can go back to doing, for you OG guys, you remember a while ago I used to make like some Integra vlogs, driving around talking about whatever, and racing people here, and I don't know, I think that happened like once, some Camaro, but yeah, so again, shout out Hudson, appreciate you, man. Good looking out. But let's go make some food, or I'm gonna go make some food while you guys chill here, and I'll see you guys, and we'll check for some leaks when I get back. Okay, we're back, and I just checked. Miata seems to be leak free, so I am stoked. The ground is all dry. I checked both fittings. Both of them are dry. Actually, let me double check this top one. Yeah, nice and dry. So that gives us time to, since this is done, thankfully it took a little bit less time than I anticipated, gives us some time to clean this thing up. And actually, I want to give a shout out to today's video sponsor. So if you guys like me and you like making big messes, Super Clean has you covered. So they hooked me up. They sent me a bunch of stuff to get my stuff done. So I mean, granted, I mean, I do a lot of car crap, I do a lot of welding crap, and pretty messy all around doing it. So this is one of their new things. It's basically their normal stuff, but in a spray can, so that way you can kind of get it in harder to reach spaces or something. They give you, so they got some foaming stuff, so you know, for you guys that like to actually see the clean, and then sent us another bottle of regular stuff. And then I didn't even know this, but they actually make a specific purpose wheel cleaner, so that's pretty good. So that's something that my brother would use for his detailing business, where it's like kind of acidic, so it's one of those things you leave it on there, let it etch for a minute or two, and then you rinse it off. And then of course, because we do like to make messes, they sent us some floor absorbent, so that is some awesome stuff, and sent us a spare foaming trigger, so we can use the normal stuff and make it foamy, or just use this for anything else that I happen to have going around. But if you guys would like to get yourself some, this is stuff that you can also buy at Walmart or anybody else that carries this type of stuff, but I do have a website, and you guys can go click on that if you want to get some of the stuff that you may not be able to find in stores. Like, I'm not sure if this is in the stores yet. I personally don't have it in my Walmarts, but yeah, if you guys would be interested in any of this, I will have a link in the description. And I'm going to use some of this quick. I'm going to get the bottom side of that engine cleaned up and go about the day. And you already know they sent us some good soft goods. So we got the hat, and we got a super clean shirt, so that's pretty awesome. I don't know, so the hat for me is more going to be for hanging up, because I'm not one for dad caps, but you know, I like t-shirts and I burn through them all the time. So just for the heck of it, let's use some of this foaming stuff. Okay, we got it back together. It's back on the ground. Everything should be copacetic. So just for some peace of mind, I'm gonna go on a drive quick and we're gonna see if anything leaks. You know, I'm just gonna check for funny smells and stuff while I'm going, and I'm getting kind of tired anyway. So I'm gonna go get some Dunkin' and yeah, go cruise around for a bit and see what happens. I just got out here and I already saw 3 cops. I saw 2 sheriffs and then I saw a DPS, which the sheriffs aren't so much the bad part as much as the DPS is, because the DPS through and through are, every single one of them are dickheads. There's not a single nice one, there's not a single chill one. All of them are straight douchebags. The sheriffs are hit or miss, but I've never really had a problem with the sheriffs out here. But tried pulling over into this little area because from the road it looked like it was a lot smoother, but it's actually very rough. Because I thought this little thing right here, this gated area, would look cool for a picture. I don't even know what it is, but looks like it's an old pen of some sort, but I don't know. So far, our car seems to be doing good. I don't smell any weird smells. I just checked, I pulled over, popped the hood. I don't see any oil running down from the drain line, and I don't see any oil pooling up on the subframe like it was before when it was bad, so good signs. So I don't know if you guys can really tell just how pretty this spot is, and it's very, very bright, so I'm using you guys as my sun blocker. But I'm just out here watching the sunset because it's really nice. This is my favorite spot to come, just way out in the back of the canyon like this, and just seeing the gold glow over all the plants and just like the valley and stuff. Super dope. But yeah, I don't have nothing else planned for the rest of this day, so we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow when hopefully that guy drops that Civic off to get some work done. But I'm gonna just sit here and enjoy this good old sunset. Arizona sunsets, man. This has brought us to the next day now. The guy that was supposed to drop off that Civic for the timing belt said he isn't feeling well, so he's gonna play it safe, stay home a couple days, and try and bring the car if he starts feeling better. So I'm not holding my breath, but that means I've got other stuff that I need to do. I've spent the majority of the day so far. It's already going on, what, 2? I don't even know. Oh no, it's 12:56 right now, so it's 1 in the afternoon. Haven't really done a whole lot, but I did come in here and I cleaned up those 2 braces. They had some surface, not rust, I don't know, I guess rust. So I just took the Scotch-Brite pad, cleaned that all up, and I actually just checked my welding bottle. So I gotta run down to the welding shop. I gotta get an extra spool of wire because I'm pretty sure I'm basically out. Need to exchange my bottle, and then I do want to run up and try and go get some more tools. So if there's one thing that I'm learning about trying to start my own business, it is that it is very expensive. And nobody really tells you, everybody tells you that it's expensive, but kind of nobody really gives you a good idea of how much it's really gonna cost. Because a lot of you guys have been kind of asking just for the hell of it if I could do like a little shop tour. Obviously this is my little shed shop where I do a lot of my fabrication work in, and a lot of you guys want to know my setup, like the welders I'm using, any saws or blah 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 blah. So I need to actually go do a few things right now. Like I said, pick up some tools. I want to grab a couple little storage bins. So like all this extra exhaust scrap up here, I can clean that whole shelf up so that way I can throw tools or whatever else I need up there because I'm tired of having that. I've got a shelf right next to me here that has a bunch of tube scrap. This has all my smaller scrap behind me, this container here, but I want to be able to organize it a little bit better and really make the best use of the little bit of space that I have in here, because this is the entire shop right here. It ain't big, but it's what I got to work with. So I will be making a video separately on that, but I figured what the hell, let's go to the store. I'm just gonna film on my phone for this stuff because I don't like carrying the big camera around, and my new iPhone does an amazing job at filming. Like, I'm really astounded by it. So let's go swap out the bottle, get a spool of wire. I really need to look into some burr bits. I don't deburr and I don't know what it's called for like porting and stuff. Those whatever those little fancy drill bits are. But I need to go get some of those. If anybody says I'm local, I found a pack of them online for like 50 bucks. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that and then swing by Home Depot. I need to buy a chop saw because normally I cut all my tube and everything on this bandsaw. Bandsaw does a good job, but the chop saw is much more efficient, it's much faster, and it can do certain things that the bandsaw just cannot do. So I need to paper up, I need to go spend a few $100 right now, and we'll make that video probably tomorrow or something on the whole shop tour thing. But for now, let's go do some shopping. We got our bottle, gotta hook that up still. About to unbox this bad boy. Pretty excited about that thing. Yeah, and then like I said, I just got a bunch of random little things, some more flap discs because those go through, I go through those a lot. I'm actually gonna build myself a little hardtop rack thing, so I wanted to be able to roll around, so I bought a couple casters while I was at Harbor Freight. Got another air chuck for my die grinder because I have to keep stealing it from other tools. I got some more of the step bits because these things always come in handy, and I always, that was before, all the other ones I had I burnt out because I didn't realize that cutting oil was a thing. So I use that stuff now, and that definitely helps the life of your tools. And I need another one of these because I only have one, and it's annoying having to use it for the bender and for everything else. So I bought a second, so I can mostly use this one for the welder and little stuff. Like I said, some more clamps because can never have enough. Got some there, got some there, got a couple here, got another there. So and yeah, like I said, some more welding wire. Trying to make my little home shop work just that much more efficiently. Since I've been out of Hassport, I've definitely put a couple $1,000s into tools and stuff, and stuff definitely ain't cheap. I mean, you get what you pay for with a lot of it, and I'll admit a lot of the tools that I've bought have been Harbor Freight stuff, but a lot of it works. Like this bandsaw, that's Harbor Freight. That works totally fine for the stuff that I need it to. It's just, again, that stuff is limited with that stuff, so that's where the freaking chop saw comes in, which is awesome. Lesson learned, don't buy a Harbor Freight drill press unless you're just doing woodwork, because this doesn't have the torque to cut through the metal like I need to. Harbor Freight belt sander, this thing works fantastic for what I use it for. I mean, it does everything. I sharpen my tungsten for my TIG welder on this circular one. I do everything else on here. A little bit bigger might be helpful if I was doing large manifolds, but for the 4-cylinder manifolds and turbo flanges and stuff, this is totally fine. It's just about working with what you got, and I know a few of you guys that follow me are fabricators yourselves, so you understand like just how expensive this is and how hard it is to get started. And again, working with what we got. But let's get this thing unboxed. It's not exactly light. At least it's relatively compact. Some instructions. Okay, I got the shop cleaned up quite a bit. I'm gonna have to go to Harbor Freight tomorrow and buy an actual stand for that, basically this stand, and then I'm just gonna weld some plates under the bottom and some casters to be able to roll it around. Just make it simple, and the thing is dirt cheap anyway. So in the meantime, that'll just sit there for tomorrow. And got bored, so I made myself my own little filler rod holder here, because you know I get tired of just leaving it on my cart. So nothing fancy, I just some scrap tube and some scrap metal. I just wanted some weight to it, so that way it would hold itself up, and you know, it does just that. It works just fine. But still gonna stay on the cart. I just didn't want the things rolling on the cart because I tend to lose them. But yeah, a little bit cleaner, a little bit more room. Still gotta just, yeah, I just need a bigger workspace, honestly. So before I end this video, I just wanted to throw one more thing in here. I need to change my fuel filter on the Integra. So let's go do that real quick. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm running the JBtuned fuel line kit, and I hit him up forever ago, and we both forgot about it. And then I just realized that the car just kind of feels like it's got a very slight misfire when it's cold, and I'm giving it like less than half throttle. So JB sent me out some new little filter thingies. I don't know what they're actually called other than filters. So it should be pretty simple. I just need my -6 AN line wrench. I got my fuel lines tucking down here. My fuel filter is straight down here. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not, but yeah, it's just right down there. So I'm gonna just loosen up real quick and see if I can't get this filter. Probably should have wore gloves to take that off, but I think we just gotta unthread this top here. So I'm actually gonna go set this in the vise and then use my adjustable wrench to take the top off. Okay. Well, I suppose that's decently self-explanatory then. That's it. Okay, well that's the entire fuel filter. That's all that's inside of it. So this looks like the finer filter. So I'm just gonna pull that off. I don't have access to it. We run it like that. Now hopefully we can slap this all back together. Okay, well let's go put this back in the car. Hopefully it works. I mean, it has to work. Alright, got it back installed. I'm gonna just fire it up real quick, make sure there ain't no leaks. I'll ignore the fan vibrating really loud, but it looks like we're good. Well, that's one little thing knocked out of the way. I do need to change the fuel filter or the fuel pump on this thing really bad. I've never changed it since I've owned the car. It's the one thing that has not been touched on this car because it's always worked, but I feel like it's starting to get weak judging by the way the car cranks, and then also just, I don't know, the fuel delivery seems a little off, honestly. So I gotta end this video off here. I gotta try and find a fuel filter. I'm probably gonna end up doing a Walbro. Just they're simple and they work. But I might hit up Deech Works and see if they make anything. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. I know it's a little bit more on the boring side. Didn't have a whole lot of action-y stuff to do or a lot of car stuff to do, but thanks for watching anyway if you made it this far. And if you're new to the channel, hopefully consider subscribing. If you want to support the channel, I got the Patreon, I got shirts and stickers in the description. And yeah, if you guys want some of that good stuff, go hit the link in the bio. Anyways guys, do what you love, forget about the rest, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.